Welcome to another special episode of a Smile You're on Camera podcast hosted by yours truly, Lorenzo Smith. Today we have a special episode to kick off season 2 with two amazing musicians coming from the East Coast. I happen to know these brothers personally, so I definitely wanted to get them on the podcast as they're rolling out the EP that they've been working on so crazy during COVID. Without further ado, I'll introduce Buk and Seven. Here, what's up, fellas? Introduce yourself. Tell the folks, listeners, viewers, where you're from, what got you into music.
What's up, man? What's good, Zoe? I'm Buk, originally born in Columbus, Ohio. Lived in PG County. Now I'm out here in New York, New Jersey area. Man. Me and Zoe linked up at Fordham out here in New York. He out here doing this thing in LA now. We out here working.
Amazing.
I'm Seven. So I was born in Maryland too. I went to high school with Buk. That's how we met up or whatever. And I'm still in Maryland. And I chose the name Seven. Seven is actually 7 MD. Just because 7, that's my favorite number. And I wake up pretty early, like 7 in the morning. So it just kind of went together. And the MD because I feel like when people are musicians or whatever and they get famous, you don't really see them repping Maryland like that. So, I just had to throw it in the name.
I got you. Okay, that's amazing. That's smooth. Did any one of you guys have like musical influences growing up in the household? Were you in like the church choir? I know I was in church choir, but I can't sing as good as one of y'all.
Definitely church for real. Was in the choir growing up. Was taking drum lessons in the church. That's where I started playing the saxophone. I'm playing the sax since I was like 10 because I saw the sax player at my church playing. I was like, that's what I want to do. And he gave me one of his old alto saxes and taught me how to play. And I like still had that sax up until it like just died on me. But yeah, the church was definitely one of my first like musical influences.
Nice.
So,
yeah. What about you?
Yeah, I grew up I grew up in the church as well. I always wanted to play. Like, I always tell my dad, like, let me like link me up with the drummer or link me up with the keyboard person. But for whatever reason, it never worked out. And then just like after high school, I just always had an ear for the music, but I never really pursued it. And then I just really locked in like after, not after high school, after college. After college, I really just locked in, learned how to play the keys and stuff like that. And now I'm here.
Nice. So I know I've been talking to a few artists on the podcast. During COVID, it was crazy for me. Y'all know I'm a photographer, so I haven't been able to like just meet with everyone. So what's it been like for you guys in your perspective?
Honestly, it was really just about time. Being, working from home, there's different like advantages and disadvantages to that. Just trying to balance like working and then your music. But just like the little bit of time like and that we had given back from like being home all day, that was definitely like a big boost right there to like, okay, I can use that extra time to be productive like in X, Y, and Z ways. So that was big. And that's like really when we linked up, like right before the quarantine and pandemic and everything happened. So it's kind of crazy how everything synced like that.
Dope. So
I think I would say the pandemic really turned me up because like I would like we're still working 9 to 5, so I would be like rushing to get home, and then sometimes like traffic would be so bad coming from work, like I would just be sitting in the parking lot after work just with my laptop, just trying to get stuff done because I'm not trying to sit in traffic for like an hour. So being able to work from home that allowed me to work throughout the day a lot and just knock out so much more than I would have been able to if I wasn't at home.
So when did y'all start this EP process? Was this something you guys were talking about throughout high school after like, or was this something you're like, let's just lock in and get this together? What was that like?
Yeah. I think I kind of initiated it because I just like saw him post like a random, I think it was like a freestyle or something on Twitter. And I hit him up. Like, I was just like, yo, I'm trying to send you some beats. And he was like, all right, send me some beats. So I sent him the beats. And then probably like this was like, I want to say October 2019. It's like October, November 2019. And so then he sent me some stuff back like a few months later, I think like February or March, and this was like right before the pandemic started. And he sent me a few more, then I sent him a few more, then he sent me a few more back. And then at that time we had like probably like 4 or 5 just like demos of tracks. So I'm like, hey, you trying to do like an EP or something like that? And he's like, yeah, I'm with it. And then we just locked in from there, and and that's how the project was really born.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was mad natural, super organic, just like flowed from the start. And we weren't even doing music together like in high school. Like I was in band and stuff in high school, but like neither
Shout
of
out
us
to band. Shout out to band one time. What instrument? I said position. What instrument did you play?
Hey, but alto sax, tenor sax. What's up, man?
Woo! I played trumpet.
Wind
I was
ensemble,
nice.
jazz
Honestly, holla
ensemble.
at me. Hell yeah, that's what's up, man. I'm just glad because I remember at Fordham, like on the football team, you knew who the creative people was because we all hung out together. And it's crazy that we're all now chasing that as like our like future like paths and careers. When we're at Fordham, I know you, DP, and like Nico of Hippie Tribe were also just working on music together and like establishing that collective people. Like, hey, like the stuff after sports. Like, was that something on your mind that like helped get this EP out?
Honestly, it really wasn't until like the stuff that happened with my heart when I couldn't play
Gotcha.
senior year. And then it was like, cause like up until that point, I'm thinking like, man, I can probably do this. Like I got like scouts starting to talk, like I'm starting to feel myself a little bit. I'm coming into my own. And then that hit and it kind of like turned things upside down. I'm like, all right, it's like what's looking at like what's really important to me. Like what do I want my life to look like? And what do I want to like be doing in it? And then that's where I really started to like kind of change my habits, change like the stuff that I like, I told myself about myself, you know what I mean? It's not to doubt myself and just push for stuff. And then once I started manifesting and, you know what I mean, positive affirmations, all that stuff just started lining up and the universe will really give you the stuff that you're asking for if you're like, positive and like, impactful about it.
Exactly. I tell people that all the time. Positive affirmation. If you want it, put it into the universe, work towards that goal. And ultimately, if it's for you, it will happen. If it's not, then it's not for you. Don't force it. So I'm glad you guys are like linked up. And from what I heard, it was really damn good. I'm not gassing because y'all my homies.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate that.
No, bro. Seven. So I know you're a producer, but do you also rap as well or sing? For the folks that don't know.
Terrible voice. I have a terrible voice.
But I feel like producers like Pharrell, like he probably didn't sing the best, but I feel like with the coaching and working with a bunch of artists at one time, like you can get a voice for yourself. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, probably like in the future or something, I would probably take like some vocal training just so I could like do like references.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as like me like trying to be like an artist, like a vocal artist, probably won't see that happen. Won't see that.
So who do you, what like type of producers or who's like one of your favorite producers you would say that you emulate in your like style of like when you reference tracks or like your bass line stuff like that?
I mean, really it's like I can't even list because like I listen to like a whole bunch of different type of music. Like one day it could be like Future, one day it could be like Tame Impala, one day it could be like a random like Spanish artist that I saw somebody randomly post on Twitter. Like if somebody posts like music on Twitter and it has a fire cover art, I'm gonna listen. And I'm probably
cover art matters.
Yeah,
people listen. Yeah. So I'm glad y'all went crazy with that.
And I'm probably gonna get inspired by it. But I would probably say number one, my biggest influence was probably I would have to definitely say Kanye, just because he never allowed people to put him in a box. Like if you listen to like Late Registration and man, what's his first two albums name? I forgot.
Dropout.
College Dropout.
Yeah, College Dropout and Late Registration. He could have like just stayed in that soul sample lane and tried to be the next Jay Dilla, but then he went to 808s. He switched up the sound. He went to Yeezus. He switched up the sound. So I just always respected his desire to just go left.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's how like I kind of approach my music. Like I'll have like this basic trap beat and I think like, okay, what can I add that doesn't really belong here that'll take it to the next level? And
Gotcha.
that's just really how I try to approach all my tracks.
Beautiful. Book, what about you? I know we listen to a bunch of everything. I know for me, I probably say you're more soul and R&B. So when you started the rapping, I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't know he had bars. That's why I posted that. It's like, wait. He was rapping this whole time. So what do you have to say about that part?
Um, I don't know, man. I kind of just take a lot of like my influences, whether it be like music, which again, like I said, like my background is in like the saxophone and the band and all that. But then I was like really into poetry and like spoken word, especially like growing up like in like the Maryland, like DC area, when like that's like a huge like vibe and scene.
Mhm.
So I got really into that, and it was just kind of like combining. Like obviously, I'm always into music. I was like good with like words, and I just like combined it. Um, and I think I've always kind of known that I wanted to be an artist.
Yeah.
Um, it just didn't piece together yet, and it wasn't that time. You know what I mean? The universe will give you the stuff when you're ready, but it'll drop little hints.
Exactly.
And I think I got a bunch of hints and omens, like just growing up in my childhood and stuff, and just like always just being an entertainer type. Um, and that's I kind of just bring that with this. Like it's really me. It's whatever I am feeling at the time. Like you said, like it's a lot of R&B, like soul in it. But then if I feel like getting some bars off, like get some bars off. I really take a lot of influence off of like what the beat is, like you said, what the cover art is. Like when B sends me stuff, he'll like name it like the name of the track or something,
Mhm.
and I'll just go off of that, and I'll just run with that idea and that theme, and I'll make a track off of that, based off of that. A lot of the tracks on the project, like he sent me that name,
And that was like the mix.
and I was like, all right, bet. And I just came up with that theme and the concept off of that. So I take a lot of inspiration from my friends.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? If we're working like collabing, that's my favorite part of music. So
Amazing. Yeah, you speak about collabing. You dropped the song Relapse. That's going crazy right now. Is there anyone else on the project, or is this I'm booked? This is branding right now, and then later you get more people like features and stuff.
yeah, man. It's just like this is just me, me and Seven. Hippie Tribe was working with us to like mix and master it, get it to the next level.
Yep.
They did a great job on that shit.
Shout out to Hippie Tribe.
Shout out Hippie Tribe, shout out DP, the hippie, shout out Chief Neeks. But yeah, it's like this is kind of me and Seven's like coming out like project. Like this is who we are. We're trying to start the year on a bang. But then there's people that we definitely have in like the plans to work with. Game Boy Colored,
Mhm.
my boy Kip. So like we got some stuff in the works for this year for sure.
Amazing. So how many songs can the people look out for on the EP? If you can share.
There are 6 songs. There's
Okay.
6 songs. That's
Original pieces of art, no sampling. This is cook up,
yes,
raw
sir. Yes, sir.
for the people, for your head
Yes,
top.
sir. This is all that 7 risks, all of that. All of that.
Wait,
Yeah.
who was behind telling Drake to switch his date so y'all could come out? You
Oh,
texted
that was our management. That was our management. Shout out Kelsey Wills. She made all the right calls. Got the strings pulled and all that. Aubrey, that's the homie though. He looked out.
Speaking of him, do you pull any inspiration from him? Because people might think I'm a Drake hater. I'm a Kanye stan, so I have my ways. But I listen to old Drake like Comeback Season, and to me, like I feel like you can still hear that in his music today. Like, do you hear yourself in like old demos that you recorded when you were in the dorms or anything like that?
Yeah, man. I mean, for sure. I mean, Drake is Drake. Like again, I'm not a Drake stan, but Drake, he's Drake. So like he's a hit maker. But I mean, he literally just makes stuff that sounds good. But he knows like melodies. He has great flows.
Mhm.
So like in a way, again, like the stuff that like I make is really just pieces of the inspiration of the stuff I listen to. So like in a way, yeah, like Drake is kind of an inspiration, but not like probably not like consciously,
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. What else we got for you? So I know we got into that, but like I know you guys are also advocate speakers in the how do I put this? In like the social climate, because we had a rough summer. I know Book, you were out there on the front line. Seven, I don't know if you were out there, but for me it was a little bit more dangerous over here. So I was donating to people's bills and stuff. I'm like, it was wild down where we was at, but for you guys, I definitely want to make sure that I cover that. Like, what was it like for you guys during like the protests and like people just really speaking up for like all the BS that was going on to people of color?
I mean, like you said, it was a hard time. Like we're dealing with that, everything with just that climate, and then the pandemic on top of that.
Yeah.
And for me, like getting involved and like trying to like helping to like put together like rallies and marches and stuff, it was like I know there's a lot of people that's like me that's angry,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't want to take that anger out in like the wrong way, in a way that we know is not going to be productive, and like a way that will be actionable.
Gotcha.
And like not saying that like riots and looting, all that stuff is bad, because that stuff is necessary. You know what I mean? That's a necessary staple in like the steps that need to be taken. But there's also like certain people, like you said, like they don't feel comfortable to do that. It might just be better to donate. So like it was important for me to just like try to put together events and like movements and like gatherings that like people can like just come and just talk and like hear, like have conversations and like hear like true stuff. It's not just like opinion based things.
Mm-hmm.
And not be afraid. You know what I mean? Like a lot, like you said, like the climate, like right now it's like cool to be a non-racist, but it hasn't always been like that. It's been the status quo to just kind of let things slide. So like it was scary for a lot of people, just like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, we're saying F the police and like defund the police. What does that mean and all that? And it seems all radical, which again, radical is not even like that scary of a concept. Anything that's new and changed is radical. The American Revolution was radical.
Yeah.
Abolishing slavery was radical. You know what I mean?
Boston Tea Party was radical.
Exactly.
People
so
about those
like adding comfortability to it, and like I just kind of wanted to like try my best to be, because I'm not an activist. I'm just a guy with like with thoughts and opinions, and then like I have a little bit of a platform, like because people were willing to listen.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to like give people comfort, like let people know like we're okay. We're gonna be okay if we're like united in this. Like it's deeper than like all the surface level stuff. Like we gotta look past that and just like moving, not really on no kumbaya stuff, because it's work to be done. But like
you could do that too. You could do that too. We don't condemn that. Do it.
And that's what I'm saying. Like that's good, and we need all of that. But like there's like you need all the pieces to the revolution.
Exactly.
So yeah, I was just trying to play my part in like whatever way I could.
I feel you. Seven, what about you? I know it's probably different because you're on the East Coast.
Yeah. So I wasn't actually out there because I was still living with my parents at the time. So I didn't want to, like with COVID and all that going on, I didn't want to be out there, like maybe bring that back to them and put them at risk and stuff. But I was definitely working with like a few people, coordinating with a few people. Like I know my cousin was doing like care packages, like protest packages for like people that were out at the protest. So I was definitely sending money the whole time. But just like to tie it back into the art and stuff like that, I definitely want to get to a point where just any project that I work on, just being somehow able to tie that back into the community, into the cause in some way, whether it's something as simple as providing like food and shelter to the homeless or clothes to the homeless, or just like criminal justice reformers, something like that, just figuring out what that looks like. So that's definitely something that I'm always thinking about.
Amazing.
And that's definitely a goal of mine.
I'm glad, because people definitely, I definitely can see how people get caught up because you're working on your EP with your artists. You're like, damn, well, we got to pause what we're doing because what we could help is bigger than us. So I feel that.
Facts.
Were you guys excited about Kamala Harris and Joe being inaugurated? I'm hoping you were.
I wouldn't
say. Hey, there's no, I feel like nobody that's president, vice president, none of that, they're not the savior. They're not the end all be all to like all our problems. We just need to get Trump out of there, honestly.
Sorry, had to get you out of there.
Yeah, and like, you know what I mean? Now we'll figure it out from here. Now we're in a better place that we can try to make some moves.
Yeah.
But regardless, like of who it is, like that's why we need everybody. It's not just one person. It's not like, it's about like the people, like the actuals, like us as citizens, like the democracy, we harnessing our power and our voice, so that like whoever is in office, they can like, you know what I mean, reflect off of us and not just like their own personal agendas.
Exactly. What was the young lady said is like, the light's always been here. It's just like, if you want to see it, like you'll do it, which was crazy. I got chills when she said that. I was like, oh, like racism is always going to be here, unfortunately, unless we do something about it. Like the good thing is, like what I've seen and what I saw was the youth is so powerful and they use their voice in the right way. Because growing up, like the people that were older than us, they didn't care. They was like, everybody was just scraping to get their way to the top. But I feel like the youth now are so involved in things like climate change, like pollution, giving back to the community. Like when you go to like the food banks and stuff, it used to be like adults and just like young kids working. So like when we go like donate food or donate like money to places, it's like, oh, okay. Like I'm glad to see like there's people younger than me that have the initiative enough to like say, okay, this is like our thing. So if we're starting to slowly get these people that represented so much hate and negativity leading the nation out, like it just will start to trickle slowly and slowly but surely we'll get like a change where like our grandkids won't have to see the same things that we saw.
Facts.
Because it was crazy seeing that like time cover. I'm like, wait, they did the juxtapose of like, I think it was like from the 70s and like 2020. And I was like, oh my God, like this is the same exact thing.
Literally.
Yeah.
So
hasn't been that much progress
at all. So I'm just like, it was good to see that like slowly but surely, like people are like using their voice, using their platforms. Like remember on Twitter, people were saying like, if you bully people on Twitter, sometimes it works, which isn't like the way to take. But like you see like people was like coming to their senses like, oh, I can't say this. Or maybe like we need to switch things. Like even like people's vernaculars are changing. Like in the office space, like I know Book, you work in advertising. So it's like blacklisting. It's like don't run on this list. Like even little things like that we don't think of. We're just like, oh, why is it called like a blacklist? Or like, why is it called the Redskins?
And like, and whitelisting is something that's like your fast track.
Fast, like good. You want which is crazy. So I'm glad, like, even like in the sports world, what do you guys think about that? Like, I've seen people with like were so like disgusted, like, how can they change like an organization's name? But like, I'm like, wait, do y'all know?
Yeah, it don't have nothing to do with you, so I don't even know why you're that invested.
Right. Which is crazy.
Stuff that's like so normalized. Like I'm Native American. I'm like, I have Native American blood. Like that's like the tribe. You know what I mean? And it's something like I like would say, like growing up, like in like Maryland, like I'm saying Redskins all the time. Like, I'm not a Redskins fan, but like saying it all the time, but not even like obviously I know it's messed up, but it's still normalized enough that we're like saying it. It's just like regular. But that was literally stuff that was on like posters, like for like bounties, like for killing Redskins. So like, I mean, I feel like it's a long time coming, but kudos to them for making a move. The football team is kind of weird, but so I hope they get a mascot or a name or something. But like they rocking with it though. They went to the playoffs, so like, hey, it did something for them.
Exactly, man. Exactly. we can switch back to the music. I didn't mean to get political, but I just want to make sure. I know you guys have a platform. I want to make sure you're using it for the right thing. So getting back into the music, what are you guys listening to? I've been asking everyone. What do you listen to in 2020? Going in? Well, we're in 2021 now. My bad.
God.
What are y'all listening to? Y'all listening to the new Kid Cudi?
I haven't. I heard bits and pieces. I haven't heard the full thing.
Come on, bro. What else y'all been listening? Y'all been listening? Have you listened to the new SZA though?
The Good Days. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
What's good with her?
She snapped on that.
What did she say? I was singing that shit in the shower yesterday. I was like, wait, what did she say? I don't miss no texts. I just choose to ignore them. And like, I don't forget nothing. I just choose it. I was just like, oh, then I went back, listened to her old stuff. I was like, wait, she was spitting.
For sure.
She has a pen. She has a serious pen for sure.
Hopefully the album comes out soon.
Hey man, we're waiting for all.
We're looking to when y'all stuff come out. That's the goal. Who is someone y'all really want to work with in the future? Individually or together?
You can go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, Kanye's not really doing music like that anymore. So I would probably say like number one, I definitely would have to lock one in with like Future. Future is just,
that's obtainable. Put it in the atmosphere.
Yeah, Future is just crazy. So yeah, I would probably have Future and then this would probably actually be number one. But this is probably not even attainable. But like Frank Ocean, like I like the way his mind works.
Obtainable. You got to catch people in the right time, the right place. You never know.
Yeah, Facts. Like he just like I don't know. He don't really drop music like that, and then when he does, it's just random. So, but yeah, I think like that. I think that would be crazy.
Look, what about you?
I don't know, man. I mean, literally the first name I thought was Kanye too, but like, man, I mean,
See,
like,
everyone wants to work.
Pharrell,
Everyone wants to work.
Cudi. I know exactly because like obviously, but like Pharrell, you talking about like legends, like these are like people I'm like, damn, like would I ever get the chance to? Like obviously like Ye, Pharrell, Cudi, and then I mean these just people just that are at the top for me, like Kendrick, you know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
he's in top 5 for sure. So yeah, I don't know. This probably like a long list and people that I'm not thinking of, but first and foremost, I'm trying to work with my people. I'm trying to work with the fam.
Yeah,
and I want
keep it in the family first, and when you get the
exactly. I want the game to be put on. That's what I'm saying. Like we working, we really have a camp, bro. Like we have a network of people that we know and that make good music. So you know what I mean? Like I just want us to be good. I want the team to get on and us to just make some heat together. That's my main motivation.
Yeah,
I feel that.
I'm not trying to work with anybody that's not trying to work with me.
Exactly. Don't stick your neck out till you need to.
Facts. That's a fact.
Well, we got this thing called smile moment. So what was something that made y'all smile in like the last 12 months? Because I feel like we've been stuck in the same year, which is crazy to say.
I gotta say finishing the project.
Yeah.
That was
the moment
that was really it.
We uploaded it. That was a big moment. I was excited about that. I definitely had a big ass smile.
For sure.
People that don't know, I have to do the same thing when I upload the podcast and the videos of it. When you upload your content and everything is approved and it's out for people to check out, that's like the best feeling in the world. So I know where y'all coming from. I know where you're coming from. I know where you're coming from. But before we get out go ahead.
No, I was just saying it's been an idea for so long, just to see it like, okay, it's uploaded now. It's like it was just a good feeling.
It's been like a year in the works almost.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I'm excited for you guys. Projects coming out. What's the date again? Remind the folks and viewers out there.
SATORI, January 28th.
7 tracks. 7
tracks.
Book. 6. 7. I think you said 7. You said you was gonna let the. Come on, I got the deluxe. I know you got the deluxe. That's how you get them. That's how you get them. You see that? I got you already. Y'all ready to get the media training? He said, "Well, we do got 7." Dope. I'm excited.
We're super excited about it. Super excited, man.
Is there going to be merch coming out with the EP? I'm hoping.
What'd you say?
Is there going to be merch coming?
We might have a little bit of stuff coming. Everybody look out.
Yeah.
Look out. We might have some shirts or something coming.
Okay.
Yeah, samples coming soon.
Holla at the people. Before we let you get out of here, we got this thing called Quick Hits.
Okay.
Whenever y'all are ready, I'm gonna hit you with some quick questions. You got to answer top of your mind. It can't be both, one or both.
All right. Wait, who's going first?
At the same time.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Xbox or PlayStation?
PlayStation.
Fam.
Got that 5.
PlayStation? All right. I'm gonna let y'all rock. Chick-fil-A fries or McDonald's fries?
I mean, Chick-fil-A's fries not crazy, but I don't eat McDonald's though. So
okay, Chick-fil-A fries or what's the fast food y'all eat? If you ever eat fast food, because y'all got good skin. I can see y'all eat fast food.
But I'll say Chick-fil-A fries over Wendy's fries.
Bro, like Chick-fil-A really like the only fat besides Five Guys, but Five Guys fries are trash.
Yeah, them just
what?
Yeah. Throw them out.
What? Oh, you're bugging.
That's Chick,
bro, and they give you extra.
This Chick, they give you an extra because they mid. They're just trying to get them jerks out of there.
Throw a little 0.5 in there, a little extra.
I gotta put respect on Five Guys. 5 Guys down the street from me. I'll be in there.
I'm sure you get a bucket of peanuts, huh? Pause.
Yo,
I'm dead. All right. G Unit or Dipset?
G on that.
G Unit. No, Dipset. I almost said Dipset and I changed it. Dipset.
I'm just making sure.
The first thing I thought of was the pink jacket, and I couldn't get out my head. That shit is legendary.
I'm just making sure. Okay, here's a hard one. Instagram or Twitter? Which one do you?
Twitter.
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 I use Instagram for work, and Twitter is where I be.
I
tweet.
Instagram. Instagram is work. Twitter is like, bro, like Twitter.
It's the jokes. Have y'all seen these Bernie memes?
Next level comedy, bro.
My favorite one is the lo-fi with Bernie on the train. That joint is hilarious, bro. That joint is hilarious.
Stand clear for your closing doors. That was hilarious. Oh my god. What else we got for you? What we got? Let me see. Cats or dogs? I don't know if y'all got either.
Dogs.
I don't have either. But yeah, dogs.
Every day.
All right, now we're gonna go to rappers now. We did the groups. All right, cool.
All right.
Jay-Z or Nas?
Jay.
Okay, I'm making sure y'all here with me.
Yeah, we got
Mike Dean.
Dean.
I said,
you only have to say the second name again. No, you only have to say this. I don't even know who he's about to say, but it don't matter.
Who are you gonna say? It
don't matter.
Now go ahead and say that.
It don't matter. Okay, Pusha T or no, we ain't gonna skip that one. We're gonna skip that. I ain't gonna do that to y'all. Okay, Brent Faiyaz or Frank Ocean?
Frank.
For real?
Dang, that's
like I don't.
Brent.
Frank,
come on.
Frank is on right now, but Frank is Frank, bro. Frank.
I don't know. He been missing a little bit. Them 2 songs he put out, one of them in Spanish. I was like, yo, my man's, what do you do? What Frank? If Frank sees this, what are you doing, bro? I need you.
Brent is in his bag though. Brent is the only reason I said that is just because I really fuck with Frank's music.
Yeah.
But Brent is in his bag right now. He's doing his thing.
I got a tie.
A tie?
It's a tie?
All right.
Yeah, it's a tie for me.
I'll let y'all rock. I gave y'all the easy questions. Well, before we get out of here, tell the folks where they can find you, what you got coming next besides the EP. Kick it.
I'm on everything. Uncle Buk, UNKALBUK. Instagram, Twitter, all that. Music is out wherever you can listen to music.
Link in the bio.
Link in bio. Yes, sir. Relapse out now. Go run Cash App. We run all that up. SATORI out again January 28th.
January 28th. You heard it first. This is exclusive for your head top. Go ahead, 7. My bad. I got hype.
Yep. Instagram 7 SEVEN X MD. Give me a follow. Like same thing. Cash App. Relapse out now. SATORI coming out on the 28th, and then I'm dropping for the rest of the year. So you should see consistent content from me for the rest of the year.
You heard it here, folks.
On gas.
Thank you guys so much for being on episode 1 of season 2 of Smile Your Camera podcast.
Yes,
for everyone, thank you for all the support, listening, subscribing, sharing. Really appreciate it. Hope to get more content for you guys. Like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and everyone have a blessed and safe weekend or whatever day this is when it comes out.
Bless.
We'll see y'all guys. Follow the kid too, Lorenzo Smith, everywhere. That's with a U, not a O.